Hello and welcome to Watch It. In this video we'll count down our new recommendations for the best new Netflix original shows that premiered in 2023 and are well worth your time. The best thing about Netflix is that it offers plenty of blockbuster shows every year, and it has already started as a few of the titles on our list have the potential to gain even more popularity in the coming months. So be sure to watch the whole thing to make sure you don't miss any of the top new Netflix shows of 2023. Now let's start the video. Number 10, Skyroyo. The third and final season of this crime-action thriller debuted on January 13, 2023, and it ended the series with a lukewarm but effective ending. Season 3 opens with Coral, Wendy, and Gina residing in a beachfront home and running a restaurant through which they are hiding Romeo's cash. However, their little period of peace is over when Romeo learns of their whereabouts and orders Moses and his crazy new killer Darwin to execute them. Just in case if you're unfamiliar with the show, the plot centers around Wendy, Coral, and Gina, three club dancers who flee for their lives while being hunted by Romeo, their employer, and his thugs Moses and Christian. Season 2 continues the story with new subplots, where they are still escaping from Romeo and his goons. The third season is not flawless, and the finale feels unearned, but all things considered it is a respectable finale to the show, thanks to its outstanding pacing and plenty of action. In case you were unaware, this show was created by money heist mastermind Alex Pina. Number 9. Junji Ito Maniac, Japanese Tales of the Macabre. It is an anthology series directed by Shinobu Tagashira. The show adapts several stories from Junji Ito, one of the most popular horror manga creators, and tells some of its best-known and craziest collections of his weirdest, scary stories. The first episode recounts the story of the odd Hikizuri kids, a completely bizarre family without parents who are visited by a spirit photographer and her companion while they attempt to have a rich in order to communicate with their dead father. The show did a decent job of capturing some of the horror that is the trademark of Junji Ito's stories over the course of its 12 episodes. The show adapts 20 various stories, with some episodes focusing on just one topic while others are divided into two. The stories are all standalone and unique, although they have a lot in common. Even though the adaptation is messy overall, having flaws, it worth watching, and some of the episodes have timing flaws, it is still worth watching. Number 8. That 90s Show. It is a period teen sitcom and a sequel to the television series That 70s Show. The story is set 15 years after the happenings of That 70s Show and follows the life of Leah Foreman, the young daughter of Eric Foreman and Donna. Eric and Donna were the main characters in That 70s sitcom. The main character of the story is their daughter Leah, who visits Point Place, Wisconsin to spend vacation with her grandparents Red and Kitty, where she encounters and connects with other youngsters. For those who are unfamiliar with That 70s Show, it is a sitcom similar to Friends and The Big Bang Theory that centers on the lives of 6 young friends who reside in the city of Point Place, Wisconsin. In plain words, the 90s Show is about the main character daughter from That 70s Show. The majority of the cast of the original show appeared in the first episode, and it can be a nostalgia trip for some viewers, but compared to the original, the storyline and humor are not very strong. Nevertheless, sitcoms are always enjoyable to watch, and this show does a fantastic job of entertaining its viewers, especially if you enjoy sitcoms. Number 7, Shamran. It is a fantasy mystery drama series about Susu, a lecturer who travels to Istanbul to deliver a seminar on a campus, as well as to handle some family business, specifically to meet her grandfather who abandoned her mother for an unknown reason. Years ago, during her trips, she starts seeing glimpses and seems pulled towards the mystical Mar race, who are said to be Shamran's offspring. The core narrative centers around a Turkish mythology Shamran, supernatural half-woman, half-snake entity who exists in the underworld land of the snakes. From this point forward, the Mar tribe waits, as they believe Susu is the one who must emerge in order to fulfill the ancient pledge, which begins when Susu encounters a strange man named Marin, who is said to be predestined to be with Susu along with mythology and magic. The show also has quirkier man's elements, and all of this comes together to create a gripping, scary story about a mythical Turkish legend. With enough mystery to keep you on the edge of your seat, you won't want to miss this one if you prefer fantasy dramas. Number 6, Sexified. It is a teen comedy drama directed by Kalina Labrudzinska and Petra Demilovsky. Season 2 starts with the failed launch of Natalia Paulina and Monica's apps, which throws everything off, and later more unexpected things happen that put the app's development on hold. Meanwhile, they receive an offer from Let's say someone who is willing to launch their app if they can exceed the anticipated number of users. In a hurry, the girls pledge to fulfill their promise by developing an app specifically for guys. However, when they discover that a competing app with a similar concept is already on the market and enjoying success, a new issue emerges for new viewers. Season 1 follows teenagers Natalia, Paulina, and Monica as they strive to win the greatest startup contest and choose to build the Sexify app, which explores the subject of romance and pleasure in women. Season 2 is more mature and fun than Season 1 and contains well-placed humor, interesting characters, and a story that is clearly a step up. Number 5. The Snow Girl. It is a mystery thriller series directed by David Aloha and Laura Alvia. The series revolves around a 6-year-old girl, Amaya Martin, who travels with her parents to see the town festival, but things quickly turn gloomy. Amidst the town's packed crowds gathered to witness the celebration, and everything goes horribly wrong when Amaya finds a toy on the sidewalk and pursues it, becoming separated inside the crowd and never being seen. From that day on, the primary focus of the plot is on trainee reporter Myron, who is determined to find Amaya Martin. On the other side, the series also shows us flashbacks about Myron's past, which makes the series even more interesting. During the search, Myron is assisted by her reporter friend Eduardo, and the two are determined to keep looking until they find the girl. Your only thought for the entire 6-episode series will be whereas Amaya Martin, and that curiosity will be more than enough to keep you interested. Number 4. The Endless Night. It is a limited series based on the novel The Endless Night, the untold story of Kiss nightclub, written by journalist Daniela Arbex. This series is inspired by the true account of the 2013 fire at the Kiss nightclub incident, which claimed 242 young lives. This 5-part television series tells the 7 forgotten tale of what is regarded as one of the biggest tragedies in both Brazil and the entire world. The show depicts what may have occurred, beginning with the police inquiry and the factors that contributed to the disaster, and continuing with the families of the deceased unwavering pursuit of justice, which is still ongoing a decade later. The tragedy is thoroughly covered by the well-written, detailed, and thorough narrative, which offers a distinctive look at it from the viewpoint of the first rescuers. This show is not recommended for everyone, but if you are someone who watches true incident-based stories, then do not miss this one. Number 3. Crash Course in Romance. It is a romantic comedy drama directed by Yujawan. The show focuses on the rocky relationship between Choichi Il, a well-known math teacher at Pride Institute, and Nam Hang Sun, a longtime handball player. Meanwhile, Nam Hang Sun, a former state athlete, now owns a restaurant shop, but her usual boring life takes a turn when she meets Choichi Il. On the other hand, Choichi Il, a well-liked instructor, works incredibly hard at his position but has grown more emotional, impatient, and insensitive toward people. As his popularity has increased, he frequently goes to her restaurant and suffers from an eating problem, but eventually he encounters Nam Hang Sun, who has a very upbeat attitude, which sparks a romantic relationship between them. Additionally, there are a few other subplots, such as the stiff competition and entrance exams, which interplay with the main plot and progress the storyline. Overall, Crash Course is an extremely solid series that addresses a few private education issues in a terrific way, also romance and comedy. Number 2. Women at War. It is a period war drama series directed by Alexander Lorne. The drama takes place in France during World War I, after the enemy has invaded and shortly after the soldiers have left home to fight in the trenches. The story centers on 4 women who are forced to deal with the horrific circumstances of war and its devastating effects. The show examines the lives of these 4 very different women, which ultimately collide when they are required to cope with the unpleasant effects of the conflict at home. The plot may seem typical, but what makes this different is that we haven't seen many television shows that explore the agony of war experience by civilians and women at home, and the challenges they face and undertake while the men are off at battle. Even though the show's characters are forgettable, its compelling and powerful storyline will appeal to fans of war dramas. The story offers a fresh perspective on the nature of war and how its countless awful situations affect people. A small reminder: the show contains a number of intimate scenes that can be uncomfortable for some viewers. Other than that, it is a show that deserves to be on your next watch list. Number 1. Lockwood and Company. It is a supernatural action-adventure series based on Jonathan Stroud's book series of the same name. The show takes place in London, the home to the supernatural investigation agencies of gifted young ghost hunters who venture outside each night into perilous battle with malevolent entities among the dozens of organizations that deal with spirits. One small new firm called Lock Gordon Company is run by two young teenagers named Anthony Lockwood and George Cream, who were later joined by Lucy Carlyle, a young girl with a psychic gift who helps them battle the terrible ghosts that plague London. The show depicts many of their supernatural adventures as the three uncover a major secret that will alter the destiny of humankind. This one pleasantly surprised me because I had no expectations, but it was genuinely good and had some terrifying moments that surprised me. The series is a fun mix of teen drama, horror, and detective stories with just a right amount of clever humor to keep you entertained the entire time. If you want to watch a fun supernatural mystery like the Wednesday series, give this one a chance. You will not regret it. That's it for today. Thank you for watching this video, and do subscribe our channel to see more videos related to movies and series suggestions.